cool cities and features of whatever state it is that you're looking for. They're functional, they're art, they're a talking piece. On every single one of these Totally Bamboo boards, one side is going to be completely flat. So what you'll see, sorry, I'm going to mess up my beauty, is this is an actual cutting board. It's made out of bamboo, so it's going to be, you know, better. It'll last longer. Use it functionally. But on the other side, by whatever state that you're choosing, it's going to be in the shape of that state. It's going to have all these really cool cities and attractions and things that everybody loves about that. We're making the board itself 50% bigger than the original sell-out Totally Bamboo board that we ever did. This alone is $30 on its own. We've added in a 12-inch serving spoon that also is laser etched with the state that you're choosing. You're getting this today's the Today Special. What I asked from Totally Bamboo as my host pick was a little bit of this gorgeous salt cellar. So it has a little magnet on top, so you can either put salt or anything else that you want in there. Also laser etched with the state that you choose, but we didn't stop there. We're giving you a 4-piece cheese knife set. You get the flat knife, the cheese fork, the narrow plane, the small spade, also laser etched in the bamboo of whatever state that you choose. We're looking at over $61 worth that you're getting. It's a customer pick, it's exclusive, and I cannot stress this enough. If your state is there, grab it, grab it, grab it. I was talking about Lindsay being a teenager when the family started the business. Good morning. Not good morning. It's now afternoon.
Yes, how are you?
Oh my gosh, your earrings are adorable.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Lindsay saw me in the hallway wearing a taco shirt earlier and stopped me and said
I loved it.
She loved my taco shirt. But this has really hit a nerve, I think, with HSN customers since you guys launched here.
Yes.
And then they just buy more and more and more.
Yeah, so I do want to mention, because like you said, it is a customer pick and you love this board, and that's because it's got all these really cool points of interest and we've got a connection to our state.
Yeah.
And I think that is what makes this board so unique. But before I move on, I want to show you the size of what we had in the past. Yes, here. So this is California that we had in the past. That's the original size. What you're getting in this gift set is about 50% bigger. So check out this when I hold them next to each other. And you can really see the size difference.
Yep.
With the bigger board, you're gonna get bigger design. You're gonna get more cutting board space on the back. You're gonna get more serving space on the front. And then it's just a bigger, you know, focal piece if you wanna hang it in your kitchen or your living room. And it makes a really great gift when you add it to, you know, these other pieces. So you get really the 7 pieces all together. And that's such a really cool deal.
I'm sure your family has just been blown away by the reaction of HSN and the people that have loved your boards. They've sold out every single time. It's been a huge hit. And I will say, I ended up being like the Totally Bamboo host that had it for every host pick.
That.
I've been the one that's, I've worked with your team on putting new sets together, and we've never done one this big with the biggest board, with the cheese knives, with the salt cellar, with the spoon. So I think a lot of people that already got boards from you are gonna come back to get the additional pieces. But the states, it's a personalized gift.
It is.
Because it could be where they were born, where they've always wanted to go, where they went to college.
Anywhere.
Yes.
Like I said, we've got that connection with our state, and that's what makes these boards so unique. When when you give this to someone, when you receive it as a gift, it makes it so special because you're telling that person, you know, I know something about you. I want to give you something that is so unique.
Okay. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I don't want to do that to this presentation. It's going so wonderful. But I'm going to ask Rocky to give me the states that have already sold out, because I want you to be able to get. Okay, I'm going to rattle these off. If I say your state, it is already sold out on the day. Illinois gone. Vermont gone. West Virginia gone. Rhode Island gone. Kentucky, oh no, that's my husband's state. Hawaii, where I want to go. Wyoming, Alabama, Kansas, Georgia, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, and Long Island. All sold out since you launched this last night.
That's crazy.
But this is why people buy multiples, and I mean they squirrel them away. This could be broken up even to several gifts if you want, like somebody
That's
gets
right.
the cheese knife, somebody gets the spoon, or you do the spoon with the salt cellar, you keep the board. But you didn't just put what you would expect to be in a state.
Sure.
How did you guys decide?
So that was something that we worked really hard with our designer,
Yeah.
Joelle. We had everyone in our company go out to all the different all their family and friends that
Yeah.
live in different states and tell us, like, what is the most important thing to you in your state? What are the small cities that we should add? What are the facts that we should add? So when you look at the board, you're not only seeing the highways and like the landmarks, you're seeing things
Yeah.
like points of interest, you're seeing little pictures of animals, you're seeing the mountain ranges, all sorts of things that make each state unique and bring the state to life. And that's what we really tried to do with this. So this is our office in San Diego, and this is where our whole team works out of. That's Joelle, our designer. She, so here she is designing the board, and you know, it really was a labor of love. It took years to do this, and this is a final product that you see today. The board is laser etched. So we're gonna see the laser etching process right here. You'll see that laser kind of jump around on the board. And because it's laser etched, the board's gonna be very durable. This design's not gonna come off. It's not gonna rub off, scrape off. So you can rest assured that when you're using this over and over, it is laser etched into the bamboo, and then it is coated with a food safe lacquer.
Yep.
So it's gonna hold up for you, because you know, we hear all the time that people say, I don't wanna use a board, it looks too nice, I don't wanna ruin
Yeah.
it. That's just not the case
Yeah.
for this. So I want to be clear on that.
Well, we have Morgan, who's working on the show right now. She's got a bridal party, and she's
Perfect.
buying one for every person in
my
the bridal
gosh.
party.
That's amazing.
And listen, I read the reviews. I think that's, by the way, Morgan, great idea. I hope I didn't spoil it for your bridal party as their gift. Someone said I gave several of these as gifts. I was excited to have this because I saw my hometown on the board. Quality is exemplary. I bought this for my nephew and his fiance as an engagement gift in the two places they were born.
So my husband and I, we have our states on our wall in the kitchen. So we've got California and we've got Massachusetts. And it's really fun just to, you know, show your loyalty of the state, whether you were born there or where you grew up.
Yeah.
And we always go back to the state is just somewhere where you have all those memories. Now remember, the board is a cutting board on one side, a serving board, and it is wonderful wall art. So I love this, add a touch of home. And so this is just such a special gift for someone or for yourself. I always say stock up your gift closet, but don't forget to get one for yourself.
Well, if I did not say your state is still available. And I will say, how long have we been selling? 4 years, 3 years here at HSN?
About three and a half years.
Yeah. Louisiana, Missouri, North Dakota, South Carolina, South Dakota. A dozen left in every single one of those states that I just said. And I do this every time we do Totally Bamboo. I have to tell you guys the states are selling out. Because what I've heard back is, in this last 3 years that you guys have been at HSN, is people are saying, oh my gosh, everybody always leaves off my particular small town, and they are blown away that you guys remembered their hometown. You're blown away that their state is something very special to them. So I want you to go find your state at hsn.com. I want you to click on it. I want you to look at it. I want you to see what you guys have put on there. But I also want you to think, my husband, I know Kentucky sold out, but my husband's from Kentucky. I'm from Arizona. We just got done living in Florida. We're about to live in Pennsylvania.
So you get a collection going.
A collection, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you live in a state, the only way you can get anything with another state on it is maybe as you're passing through as a
That's a great point. That is a great point, and I love that with this gift set, it really comes in this really nice, beautiful box.
Oh, the gift box is so nice.
Yeah, I don't think we have one here, but it has all these pieces packaged so beautifully that when you ship it to your in-laws or one of your friends across the country, they're gonna get it packaged so nicely. And you don't have to take it out of the box and repackage it like, you know, you might have to do with some other types of gifts. So this comes fully packaged, all these pieces. And by the way, you can also split this apart, because I think you mentioned earlier, the state that you choose is on all the pieces that you get, and it is laser engraved. So like I said, with the state board, it's not gonna rub off. That goes for saying with all the other pieces.
So we were just watching Lindsay kind of do like a charcuterie board, right? So if you want to use the top part of it as like a charcuterie with your cheeses. My husband for Mother's Day made his first charcuterie board. It was for me. That's what I asked for Mother's Day. So he watched YouTube channels to teach him how to make charcuterie boards. He did a really good job.
That's awesome.
And we used my totally bamboo. Yep, he brought it with my little cheese knives and everything.
That's awesome. I love that.
So you can make it into a nice little serving platter on the front, but don't forget, you're getting the salt cellar, and that was actually what I worked with the team to bring here to HSN.
I love that.
This
is one of our best sellers. So you can use this in the kitchen, but don't forget, you can also put this in your bathroom, your office. Think of anywhere where you might need to put little trinkets, whether it's paper clips, bobby pins. So this is not just for the kitchen. And like you mentioned, the top swivels on and off, so you're not going to lose the top. And there's this little magnetic piece right here that's going to allow the top just to click right into place. And then again, with your state name engraved on the top. I love this, and I love
that alone for $39. I'm to be completely honest, with the bamboo, with the laser etched, how beautiful that is. And again, we call it a salt cellar, but as you know, Lindsay was saying, if you want to use it for anything else separately, not in the kitchen, even in your desk, if you want to put your little thumbtacks or anything that's in there, 50% bigger board. We're giving you the salt cellar, and we're giving you the 4-piece knives. And by the way, the 4 cheese like knives and the plane and everything, that comes in its own box.
That's right.
Separately also. And the spoon.
Yep.
And every single, you guys could have only put the state name on the board and not put it on each individual piece, but you guys went that extra. You could tell it's by family love.
And we did that because, you know, everyone has pride for their state or where they live. And this gift set, by the way, is exclusive to HSN. So you're not going to find this anywhere else. You're not going to find this size board anywhere else, this extra large board, and definitely not this configuration. It's only available here, and I think that's why people are really taking the opportunity to grab their states and stock up for the rest of the summer when they're having a lot of gatherings and parties and gifts for, you know, summer and fall.
Absolutely. So by the way, if you're like, what's on my state? I want to get a Pennsylvania or a New York or an Arizona or whatever it is. When you go to hsn.com and you click on it, do we still have Arizona? That's my state. There we go. There's my state. There's my home place. When you click on the state and then you order it, but that's also an opportunity to see exactly which attractions and cities and streets. Louisiana's on last call, so if you would love to get Louisiana, and again, remember these boards, if you bought one at its original launch, these are the extra large version, so 50% bigger.
So take that one, put it on your wall, and use this one to serve, or vice versa, right? You can get the matching pair. So we just love that about this one, and because people love the first board, and you wanted a bigger board, so we heard you. Which, by the way, if you have any comments, if you have any questions, we love to hear your feedback. So if you've got one gifted, how you're gifting it, please leave us feedback, tag us, tag HSN. We just love to hear everyone's feedback. And we take into account that in our small business. So thank you guys.
I love these. So you have Florida.
Yes, I have Florida.
That's where my son was born. So even if I move to Pennsylvania, Florida's
have
always
that memory.
Yep, it'll always have a soft spot in my heart. And you know, maybe your grandma moved away from Mississippi or somewhere that she
or her grandchildren live in all different states.
Oh, tell me that's not the most adorable thing, like to gift
every
grandchild
gets her one.
Oh, that's so cute. But listen, I don't want you to think it's not a functional board. This side is, if you just looked up bamboo cutting boards, they're expensive.
They are.
And it's just the bamboo. And by the way, we moved over to doing bamboo because it's going to last longer. We figured out that it was a much better, you know, product to make your cutting boards out of. Then on the reverse side is the state with all of this. You can hang this as art. You can use this as a serving board, whatever it is that you want. But this one, and just to kind of show you Michigan as we're kind of panning through there, this is... I think it's housewarming, it's bridal gift, it's Christmas gift.
It's really a catch-all for someone that has everything and you don't know what to get them. They don't have this.
Yeah, but that's like such a great, and please read more. Oh, we have like Long Island. Oh, no, we don't have Long Island. We have Maui.
We do, okay. We have all the Hawaiian Islands. I think some sold out, but.
And, the Michigan Upper Peninsula, can I tell you, they go hard for that
Right?
Upper Peninsula. Did you hear that also from them?
I did, and I know that I have some friends that are from Upper Peninsula,
Yeah.
and it's like we're different. We're our
Yeah.
own little area, so we had to make that separate.
I think that was such a, I mean, Lindsay's literally the daughter of the people that started the company.
Yeah, and I want to tell you about the durability of this
Yep.
board. You kind of touched on this. Bamboo is such a durable material, and that's why we use it, and
Yeah.
that's why we love it in the kitchen. So we tested other materials. Bamboo was the thing that held up time and time again. So when you get this board at home, it is a functional working board. It does have that cutting board on the back, and you really can use it as a cutting board.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to think that, you're going to break it or you're going to chip off all these, this design on the front. On the side of the board, if you look closely here, we have this triple layer of bamboo, and it's crosshatch bamboo. That's going to give you the extra strength and durability of the board as well. So it is a really solid piece of material. You can kind of hear
Yeah.
how strong it is. It's not super light. It's also not super heavy.
Yeah.
It's easy to, transport and move around in your kitchen.
Yeah.
But it is quality. So I want to get that across as well.
That's what I use every day for my just
Yeah.
regular cutting board to cut up my veggies or
I do too.
my fruit or anything that I'm using on a daily basis. It's super easy to kind of clean. I wanted to show you the different uses for the salt cellar. So yes, if you do want to use the salt and use it to be able to pinch the salt from there, but wouldn't that be super adorable in your bathroom or the powder room or the guest room?
Office.
In the office. So see, we're showing you all the different uses of this. You'll never lose the top because it's attached. It's like a little slider system, and there's a magnet, so it also won't kind of slip and slide everywhere. But there's a multitude of ways that this will be done, but it also has the laser etched state of whatever it is that you're purchasing on the top of the salt cellar.
That's right.
Then you have the spoon. So what am I holding? Ohio. So I grab the Ohio spoon. So you get the spoon that also is functional if you'd like to use it as a real spoon, but it can also be decorative.
It can, but you can use it. And this is the most used utensil in the kitchen.
Yeah,
So that's why we added it in.
This is a good size.
It is, yeah. And it's also pretty thick, right? It's pretty durable.
Yep.
When you use it, you can use it on a daily basis.
And those are the cheese spoons.
And the cheese
utensils.
knives. Yep.
So a fork, the small plane, the knife as well. I know my husband, he put it all on the charcuterie board
Doesn't it
for
make
me.
you feel a little fancy when you
I mean,
have
a little
all
bit.
these things that all match and they all come together?
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna feel when you get this. When you get this gift set at home, you're gonna feel just a little bit more fancy, like you're leveling up your entertaining style. There it is in the box. How beautiful does that look? Packaged like that. You can take that separately and gift it as a separate gift if you want to keep a piece of the set for yourself. So there are so many ways to use this and to gift this or keep some for yourself. But definitely stock up on your state. I can't say that enough.
I know. When I told you, I wanted to start the presentation, Lindsay, before I started telling you what states were selling out, because I was like, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. This is such a great Today's Special. But this launched last night at midnight. It is one of the biggest configurations and for sure the biggest board we've ever done with Totally Bamboo.
That's right.
This sell price of $39.99 is phenomenal for the amount of pieces that you're getting. So if your state is there, if the state you were thinking of for your auntie or your great grandma or your nephew or somebody just got engaged or somebody's about to, they're about to get married, whatever the case may be, housewarming is perfect.
Yeah.
They don't need another bottle of wine that 5 other people are going to bring them or,
No one's bringing them this gift set or even this board of this size.
Yes.
So that's something that, I love to give gifts that people are going to use. We've all got those gifts that you get them and you're like, this is great. And you never use it, you kind of stash it away. People are going to use this.
Yeah.
This is something that you may not even think of, but when you receive it, you're like, wow, I really love this because it is functional, it's useful, and you can use it every day. You can use it as a geography lesson if you've got kids. Serve their lunch on this, show them where things are in their state, or maybe it's to someone that you're going to visit a state. So there are so many different uses, and when you get this board home too, you're going to spend a good amount of time looking through all the different things, reliving all those memories. How fun is that? That's why I think Hawaii always sells out, because people have so much fun in Hawaii.
Well, Louisiana just sold out.
Oh no.
I know. I feel like I have to be.
What states do we have left, right?
I know. It's probably faster to me to go through what is left right now. But please go to hsn.com. I want you to put in 890-935 in that search bar at the top. All the states that are still available are going to pop up. So my particular home, we own Arizona and Kentucky. I gifted another Kentucky set to my in-laws, so Lucy and Byron have Kentucky.
Nice.
I got a Florida set and gave it to my across-the-street neighbors in Florida. So hi, Candace, Neil, and Dell. You guys have a set of a Florida as well.
Amazing.
But it's literally so easy.
So easy. You don't need to know their shirt size. You don't need to know their color.
My producer for my last hour, she just bought 3.
Oh my gosh, awesome.
I think it's because you start going, can I say, gift giving is probably one of, not because I don't like to give gifts, but it's probably one of my least favorite things.
It's
because
hard.
It is so hard. Will they love it? Will they use it? Do they have it? Will they throw it away? Will they put it in a closet and never use it again? This has been such a wildly popular gifting item here. And I'm gonna put you on the spot, Lindsay. Do you guys have any plans of another Today's Special in any time in the near future, or you don't know yet?
I think I have one with you. I think.
As my host pick?
As the next, you mean today?
No, I mean like in 2025.
Oh, I don't know. I think this whole configuration
For sure.
is really not something that we do all the time. We do the regular size cutting board.
Away.
So we do this size, but again, you're not gonna get this bigger size like this in this configuration with all this pieces at this price. So look up the price of this board. It's almost the same as this whole set, but you're getting all these pieces. And again, in the package, in the beautiful packaging, I think there's free shipping too. So I think all that this weekend, today, is an amazing, amazing buy. So definitely take advantage of that.
Is this one this one? Is this
This is California, yep, but this is a...
So you kind of see the difference in the sizes.
Yep.
You see how big this California one is here? This is... Okay, this is where you started.
Yes, this is where we started.
3.5 years ago.
Yep.
And we just did the board.
People went crazy over this with just the board.
We were out here presenting the very first board, and we were selling up to like... Oh, Missouri just sold out. I'll just keep letting you guys know as they sell out. Like thousands in one presentation. It was so wildly popular. And then we added that with one other thing. And then we brought a different kind of a board with that had color on it. And then every time I have a host pick, I always work with your team.
I love that.
And we always come up with a new configuration. And this has been my favorite item that we do at HSN. And I just think that people are so happy with it. Functionally, art, memories, and this is the best one we've done.
This is by far the best set, in my opinion, the biggest board, so you're gonna get the most bang for your buck. I just love that this board is bigger because, you know, when we have read all the reviews, they wanted a board that you can serve more on, that you could cut more things on, and this was the answer. So I think this is really special with this whole configuration today, this weekend. It is really that, you know, that great gifting item, that thing that if you didn't get it before, now is your chance to get it. Now's the opportunity before your state sells out.
South Carolina just sold out.
Oh no.
Kauai, also, one of the Hawaiian islands just sold out.
So I also want to talk about how easy, I'm gonna make another
let's build a board.
Because you know what? This is so easy to build. When you're at home, you don't really need to be a charcuterie expert to make a board like this.
My husband is testament to that.
So just let this board do the work for you.
Yeah.
The board is beautiful on its own. You can just add some, you know, this is some carrots and vegetables, but really, as you place it around the board, it just brings this board to life. And then, by the way, when you start pulling stuff off at a party, when people are eating your vegetables or the cheeses, they're uncovering cities and points of interest, and I think that starts a conversation. So that is really, this is a conversation piece. This is going to have people walk down memory lane and start talking about all the places that they've lived or visited. And that is what makes this special, because, you know, you can serve something on a plate like this.
Just like a regular
platter. And it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But no one's gonna say, wow, you worked really hard to serve it on this plate. The board it really elevates your entertaining style and kind of takes it up another notch. So I just love that about this because, you know, I'm always busy. I've got 2 kids at home. And when I throw this board together last minute, people come in and they're like, when did you have the time to make this? Well, I made it right here. So, you know, it's easy to do, but it looks really good.
I want to remind you what you're getting. If your state is still available, please, please, please do not wait. You're getting the 50% bigger, larger board in the state, totally bamboo, laser etched. You're getting the salt cellar with the state that you're choosing already etched on there as well. You're also getting the 12-inch serving spoon with the state etched on there, and a full 4-piece engraved cheese tool set. Entire set for $39.99, free shipping. We'll do another presentation next hour.
Yep.
I'll see what states are still left.
All right. See
when
you
we
in a
do
bit.
that again. All right. This
Thanks.
is one. We had 4 today's specials, and man, are they all going super fast. Let's bring you the other Today Special. It's from Improvements. It is function, it's ambiance, and it's a party. It's our Today Special.